Hello all and welcome to the next video. Today we're going to be finally getting to that Wendigo Build-A-Figure. It kind of got put off. I was going to do it after the Strong Guy figure, but then I was hoping that MODOK from Amazon would come in on time and I could do that instead. And then both of those plans, MODOK and Wendigo, got thrown out the window because we had a family issue that night. And MODOK did end up coming that night, just way later than I expected, and I wasn't even home when it showed up. And it was too late for me to kind of film anything. I was so tired, I went to bed. So I had uploaded the comic book stuff. But yeah, this morning we're up. It's early, it feels good. Let's do it. Yeah. So, we did MODOK last, now we can finally get into Wendigo. Here's all the pieces. I took the ones that I got in the mail, put them in the bag with the rest of the pieces. So yeah. Also, just for fun, I had mentioned before the only other real Hasbro Build-A-Figure I had before the Strong Guy or Wendigo was Sasquatch. I got it a long time ago. It was part of that Deadpool wave that has Cable and Deadpool in it, and I can't remember who else is in that wave. Ugh. I don't know, it's been a minute. Anyway, I didn't buy any of the figures in that wave, really, but I ended up getting all the pieces for Sasquatch when I went to basically a toy store in Dallas, Texas. And that guy had Build-A-Figure pieces, and I was kind of going through them. I didn't see any, and like as I kind of started putting the pieces together, I realized he didn't have any that were completed. But he had one that had all the pieces, and that was Sasquatch. And I've mentioned this before, low-key, I like Alpha Flight, so I bought the Sasquatch. Bought all the pieces. In hindsight, I wish I had bought like all those Build-A-Figure pieces. He was getting rid of them for like really cheap. I'm talking like just a few bucks a piece. I wish I had bought more of them because he had pieces for some older ones too. But anyway, yeah. So I mentioned how I had it, and it's pretty comparable to this Wendigo. But I didn't want to dig it out. And then while I was waiting for the Amazon box to come in that didn't show up till way late, I went ahead and I did dig it out. So there we go. There's Sasquatch. To fit in the bag, I took him apart again. But yeah, there he is. He still has the head on. I did pop the head on. I think I left it on when I took it when I disassembled it. I took it off. But yeah. So we're going to be able to kind of see what these guys are like. We'll do Wendigo first, and then go back to Sasquatch and kind of go over it. So, getting everything here, we got Wendigo's head. That came in when I did the like the mailbag video. We have his right arm, which I believe was the other piece that came in on that video. We have the right leg. Of course, we got the left leg. This doesn't want to get out of the back. Okay, there we go. Left arm. And of course, the torso and tail, which involved the funny story about the Guardian action figure I bought and then sold and regretted. So, yay. Cool. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you something that I noticed about this Wendigo, and it's one of the reasons that really actually made me want to dig out the Sasquatch, even though I wasn't going to. I wanted to because I noticed some of the molds for Wendigo are the exact same as the ones that are on the Sasquatch. I think there's some very slight differences on a couple of the pieces. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure. Yeah, for the most part, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of the same pieces. I was just comparing it here. Yeah, so it is. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see. Do the tail first. I don't know. No, it was actually easy enough. We'll go with the legs. Right leg. I like Wendigo. I know he's ooh, that's moving a lot. Hold on. Try to get this like kind of still. I know he's fought Alpha Flight before, and you could say he's an Alpha Flight villain. I have always thought of him more as a Hulk villain. He pops up in a lot of Hulk stories. Granted, it's always a different Wendigo because of if you know Wendigo's origin and how like the Wendigos kind of happen, then you know what I'm talking about. But we got a leg on. There we go. Yep. One thing about the Wendigo is like the chest, the torso is like a plastic. The arms, like every other piece, including the tail, is like almost like a hard rubber. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, there we go. I like it. I like the white. It's got like that blue tinge to it as well. It does look really good aesthetically. Cool. We'll go ahead and do an arm. I've heard some people having troubles with the arms on this guy, so... Oh, that went right in and then out. His arm goes in and out really easily. Yeah. But it does stay. Funny. Like, I had heard a lot of complaints about the arms. And that went right in. Like, people struggling to get them in there. And that went right in. Yeah, I mean, same thing with the other arm. No issue. I mean, he stands really well. He's weighty. Even though the torso is pretty hollow, he is weighty enough with all the pieces to kind of get it going there. So, oh, let's get that in more. All right. And there we go. Sorry, I was getting them all straightened out. Yeah. Once you get everything in, like his arms, there's a good like click to them. You can't hear it, but it's there. Same thing here. The legs, kind of like the strong guy ones, you're not gonna... They're very tight because it's that really hard rubber. So... The thigh swivel's there, it's just you're going to have to really mess with it to get it. He actually does have waist joints. He has the ab crunch, and then there's that click you can hear when it goes back into place. The tail is just one rubber piece, but it's not bad. It does articulate all the way through, though, so that's cool. There we go. Wendigo. I like it. I think he looks good. Like I said, I do like it. I think it's going to look good. Whether you want to put it with the Alpha Flight or Hulk, I think it'll work either way. So yeah. Cool. Like I said, I like the colors a lot. The white and the blue, it really works well. Nice. Okay, next up, we're gonna put him over here on the side. Start looking at Sasquatch over here. Sasquatch's head is already on. I don't know why I left the head on. I guess I just didn't bother to take it off. Okay, we got the, I believe, the left leg. We're gonna start with that. His leg went in way easier. Now that's probably because I put them together and disassembled them once before, so I had time to like kind of stretch out. So, right leg. Yeah, his pieces are all going in very easily. Let me see what we got here. Okay, left arm. Now he has no tail. As you know, Bigfoot has no tail, neither does Sasquatch. Arm went in, easy enough. And last one, the right arm. And there we go. Sasquatch. Move my camera. They weigh about the same. I'd say Wendigo weighs a little bit more. I think that's because probably the tail. The tail gives him a little bit more weight, and the fact that I don't know. I think his legs might be a little bit weightier. I don't know. But a couple things to note on these guys. You might be able to tell the paint job does a good job of making them different. But they do use a lot of the same molds. I'm pretty positive all of this, like the chest and ab area, are the same. I'm pretty sure that's all the same. Now the hair on the shoulders and backs is different. That part is changed. That's different. But the actual like skin parts are pretty much the same. He's got that. They even have like this. They're just the same mold, with like different paint apps and different fur. I was like, hey yo, what's up, Mike? Anyway, the arms I believe are. You know what? I don't know now. Yeah, they are. The arms are the same too. I think I'm looking at like comparisons here. I can't tell completely. I want to say, I think the shoulders are different, but the actual arms, bicep to wrist, are the same. I'm pretty positive those are the same. I'm kind of looking at the way the fur is patterned around the wrists, and they're the same. Like right here, if you pay really close attention, Sasquatch has like that little triangle in the middle. So does Wendigo. So those are the same. Hands are different, obviously. Wendigo's got longer fingernails, and I think bigger hands overall. Could be wrong on that. The little loincloth they got going is different. Those are different. And then I believe the legs... let me see here. Yeah, the legs are the same. The feet aren't. The feet are obviously different. Sasquatch kind of has like gorilla feet. Wendigo has more like really bony human feet. But like thigh down to ankle are the same. So a lot of the same parts. But they did a very good enough, I think, an excellent job with the paint, and then like small parts like the fur and the loincloth and stuff of making it different, so you couldn't tell. Like I said, you have to really look at like the intricacies and the molds to tell that they're different. But yeah, here we go, Sasquatch and Wendigo. Right, as of right now, as of today, Sasquatch is the only Alpha Flight member I have. Like I said, the story with the Guardian torso, I don't have Guardian, even though I did order a new one. So, you know, double dumbass on me for that. So, you know, it'll get here. I want to know how these are going to compare to Ursa Major. I want to get the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure, but I don't really want any of the figures in that set. I don't really care about that Iron Man wave. I don't plan on buying any of them. But I am going to try to track down the Ursa Major pieces to build it. But yeah, there we go. Height-wise, I mean, they're pretty close to the same. Wendigo is a little bit taller. I think that's just because of the way his head is sculpted. But beyond that, yeah. Cool. I like it. I really do. I really like them both. I think they look great together. So yeah, there we go. Wendigo and Sasquatch. Let's see what we can kind of do with this Wendigo. I'm trying to get him in like a bit of a pose here. Lean him forward a little bit more, maybe. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to get basically a thumbnail shot. It's kind of what I'm doing here. There we go. Cool. Yeah. I like them both. I think overall, easy for me to say. I got a soft spot for Sasquatch and Alpha Flight, so I might say I still like him a little bit more, just personally. But unbiasedly, I think the Wendigo actually looks better. I think like the white with the blue accents and that look, and like the face with like kind of the bloody teeth, actually kind of does look a little bit more menacing and more cool for what it is. But I do like Sasquatch as well, and I have a soft spot for him. So, but they're both pretty awesome, man. I really like them. Glad to have them. If anybody has any info on how, or is willing to kind of give up some Ursa Major Build-A-Figure parts, let me know, because I am not buying those figures, but I do want him. So, it is what it is. Thank you, and I will catch you guys in whatever the next video is.